Manchester United need more goals. On the back of a well-deserved 3 points against Brentford in the Premier League last night, it hasn't been more evident that Manchester United aren't scoring enough goals, and we're heavily reliant on Marcus Rashford to get the goals that we are scoring. Manchester United sit in 4th position in the Premier League on equal points to Newcastle, who have a drastically better goal difference than Manchester United. And I think Manchester United's goal difference this season is quite embarrassing. We've been relatively good in relation to the defence, but we haven't been scoring enough goals going forward. Marcus Rashford is having the season of his life. He really is. His greatest ever season, his greatest ever goal return. However, he's carrying us, and I think it's quite evident given the fact that we haven't been scoring goals elsewhere, and Bruno Fernandez is the next best goal scorer in the team after Marcus Rashford. And the statistics are quite clear to see. Manchester United have directly won 11 games this season in all competitions that they would not have won without Rashford's goals or assists. And on the flip side, Manchester United have failed to win 10 games this season, all of which Marcus Rashford has not contributed a goal in any of them games. So I think it's quite clear to see that when Marcus Rashford doesn't score, Manchester United tend not to win. And a lot of the time that we do win, it's down to his goals. And look, I think he's been fantastic for us this season. It really, really has. He's really stepped up to the plate, especially since Cristiano Ronaldo left. And he's kind of taken that mantle of being the number one man and the main goal scorer for Manchester United. But I think if we can go into next season with a bit of help in that area for Rashford, with, hopefully a world-class number 9, I think it's going to take a lot of the pressure off him. And I also think that if we had got a out-and-out number 9 this season that could score you 15 to 20 goals, I do think Manchester United could be potentially up at the top of the table, challenging with the likes of Man City and Arsenal for the Premier League title. But it has been the case over the last few years that Manchester United are overly reliant on one player at a time. I think it's something that Ten Hag is looking to get out of this squad and get out of Manchester United in general. We don't want to be over-reliant on one player. We've seen it with Rashford currently. We've seen it with Ronaldo before that as well, and so on and so forth, even going back as far as maybe Zlatan Ibrahimovic and the goals that he scored for United. So we want to spread out the goals a lot more. Look, Anthony has got 8 goals this season. We'd like to see him get more. Jadon Sancho really needs to up his game. Bruno Fernandez I've been happy with in relation to his goal involvements, assists and goals. His return is good, but if we can add a 20 to 25 goal a season striker in the summer, and Rashford can keep the form up next season, I've no worries that Manchester United will be challenging for trophies again next season. Now, I think a lot of the credit does have to come down to Ten Hag. It really does. And I think our home form has been really good. And as we know, our away form to the top 6 sides has been quite poor. But I think, on the back of maybe Solskjaer last season, where we, in the season before, where we had really good away form, me personally, and I think I get the gist from a lot of Manchester United fans, that nearly you would prefer your home form to be better than your away form. It's great to see that Old Trafford has become a fortress again, and there's been some unbelievable stats that have come out in the last couple of days as well. Manchester United led at half-time against Brentford, and the stat instantly came out that in the league, Manchester United have not lost a game at home that they've led at half-time since 1984. Which is a phenomenal achievement. It really is. So it just goes to show the great work that Ten Hag has done in relation to our home form. Let's hope next season we can build on, our away form and not losing games so heavily, because I think our goal difference would be, our goal difference certainly would be a lot different and a lot better if we didn't have such heavy defeats away from home. One comes into mind in particular, as we all know. So that's something to build on. Look, we're not a perfect team. No one is claiming that we are. We've had a really good season so far. Long way to go yet, and still, a big race and a big push needed for top 4. It's vital that we get it. But, another good bounce back against Brentford last night on the back of a disappointing result against Newcastle on the weekend. Now, also, I just want to give a shout out to some individual players as well. Bruno Fernandez is one, and anybody who watches my lives and my content will know that I'm a big fan of him, and he does get a lot of unjust criticism, in my opinion, from United fans especially. I don't care about opposition fans, giving out about United players, because, that's been the case for decades now. But Bruno Fernandez, I have to say, I've been really impressed with him. His goals, haven't been the same in relation to the first 18 months that, he joined Manchester United, where they were absolutely through the roof. But it's a different game we're playing now. We're playing a different style under Ten Hag. But I think equally Bruno Fernandez's performances and what he gives to the team have been really, really good. Some stats on last night's game: 113 touches, 83 accurate passes, 7 accurate long balls, 6 out of 7 duels won, 3 key passes made, and 1 out of 1 successful dribbles. His work rate is phenomenal. He's not getting the goals that he once was, but like I said, he's playing in a different style and a different team and a different way of playing under Ten Hag. His goal involvements are still really, really good. Goals and assists are up there. They're positive numbers, but if you look at it, even more so than goals and assists, he's involved nearly in every goal in some form of the build-up. So I've been really happy with him, and I think he deserves a lot more praise than he's getting from United fans specifically. And another player I want to mention on the back of last night's performance as well, and this is a player that's not been short of any praise this season, it's Lisandro Martinez. Another stellar performance last night. Big shout out to Varane as well. I thought he's been really, really good the last few games. Really solid at the back. But Martinez, I just think, what a signing he's been. He's been absolutely phenomenal. I love the connection he's made with Varane there as well. I love his passion, his desire. And again, just to give you some stats on last night's game, 92% accuracy, 86 touches, 70 passes complete, 70 ball recoveries, 6 out of 7 ground duels won, 5 long balls completed, 5 tackles won, 2 clearances, 2 interceptions, and 1 out of 1 dribbles completed. So, look, really, really solid numbers again. I don't think he won a header all game, but Varane won a good few headers. So, and we keep another clean sheet. So, look, I've been really happy with him as well. Big shout out has to go to Lisandro Martinez. He's upped the mentality of the squad as well, I think, an awful lot. The mentality has improved on the back of last season. It wouldn't take much to improve on the mentality that we had last season, but I think he's played a big role in it. I love his desire, I love his hunger. I think players are buying into it around him, so big ups to him as well. But just to finish up then, guys, look, really positive result last night against Brentford. Happy with the bounce back. Not the greatest performance in the world, but a good professional job done at home. So look, time to move on again. Look, big games keep coming thick and fast. Another one against Everton on the weekend, and an opportunity for United to get another 3 points on the board. We're at home again, and of course then once that game is over, we're going to have the likes of Casemiro coming back into the team. Hopefully Christian Eriksen will be fit next week also. So these players are coming back at the right time, coming into the business end of the season. To reiterate my first point, I would like to see more players chip in with more goals, because as we've seen with the stats here, when Rashford doesn't score, we tend not to win. So that's a worrying trend. But look, I'm positive between now and the end of the season. I think we've got a favourable run in the league. We're still in 2 cup competitions. Hopefully we can pick up at least one of them. And look, this could still be a really, really, really good season for Manchester United. There's been a bit of negativity over the last couple of games in the league. Back-to-back disappointing results. But in the meantime, we've got into the next round of the FA Cup, and we've got into, the next round of the Europa League as well. We could end the season with a plastic treble. We really could. So, look, it's not all doom and gloom. But, look, I'm happy with the bounce back that we got last night. As the weeks roll on, we're obviously going to have more news coming in relation to the takeover of Manchester United, potential signings coming in the summer. So it's positive, and it's an exciting time to be a Man United fan. But I appreciate everyone watching, guys. Please smash a like on the video, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you in a bit.